Hello, everyone. Nice to have your company. We will, first of all, we will have two parts as usual. First, have a short prayer followed by meditation, and after that, the topic of the talk today. So, before the meditation, we'll take a couple of moments to secure your space and the body and your attention, and therefore the most importantly good intention to do this meditation. How important it is to have our mind in our hand, to know our thoughts as ours, not as objects, not as things, and being able to calm them within our own mind without thinking they are things and people, and then think one has to react as to change them, because when one doesn't know how to be with one's own mind in a calm, peaceful way, it's very easy to create problem and see problem and think it's truly there. So therefore meditation is so important. Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. Buddha is one who enlightened, who is truly enlightened through by doing meditation, and Dharma is the way that teaches people how to cultivate that sense of sanity and clarity and awareness of our own mind, and therefore being able to awaken from the sleep of not knowing they are. And Sangha is a community of practitioners who share this amazing feast of knowledge of the enlightenment. So to affirm and to make a commitment to practice this by one's allegiance to the Triple Gem and refuge in the Triple Gem. I will do first of all the refuge prayer 3 times, twice in Tibetan, and once in English. During that, if you have the prayer with you, join me. If not, just sit still and try to bring up the awareness in you, and the way to bring that is being still and being apt with your own effort, and be yourself the good friend that you can be by holding this vigil together. So those are the 3 main points. So let's do the refuge prayer first. O Sanje Choedak La Chanjo Barado Da Ne Jazunje Daige Jinzo Yebe Zonamanje Rola Benje Sanje Robarajo Sanje Choedak Chonamala Chanjo Barado Da Ne Jazuje Dage Jinzo Yebe Zonamanje Dola Benje Sanje Dobarajo Inda Buddha Dharma Sangha I refuge Lightem Bhavejo Handala Ajare Buddha to be. So if we have our mind in a very safe refuge, then we are able to practice loving kindness. We can practice and say and do things that are loving and kind and therefore very soothing to other people. And then we can also be very compassionate when people aren't soothing to us, when things around us and people are very difficult. Instead of reacting to them, we should be kind and compassionate to them, because we know that is what is lacking in them, and when they are not able to cope with the suffering, we have to help them to cope by being able to relieve them. So compassion is helping to relieve them. And when you do that, these two, loving kindness and joy for compassion, then you're always joyful, because you don't have any guilt, you don't have a feeling that you did anything, you're doing anything wrong. You are trying your best, because you're trying your best, you're in the best state, you are joyful. And then from that sense of joyfulness, you can remain, even though things you can't help, because you might be joyful even you, but things around you are not quite good. But even that time, you don't get so overwhelmed one way or another. You have able to maintain equanimity. So these four, loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity, are four very important commitments, what we call four immeasurables, that people who do meditate in everyday life must try to arm themselves with these four arms. If two is not good enough, take two more additional arms. So if you have these four immeasurables in your life, you will have four. You are fully armed to practice the way of the Buddha. So to cultivate that, I'll do this same prayer again, twice in Tibetan, once in English. Ozem je damanje dewa da dewe juda dembara juje donga da donga juda ndawara juje donga me be dewa da me dawa juje nyere ja da ne da ndave da nya la ne bara juro je samja damja de wa da de ju da dem bara juro je donga je ju da nda wara je donga me be de wa da me da wa ju nyere ja da ne da nda da nya la ne bara juro je me hobbies happiness and the cause of happiness, may they be free from suffering, and the cause of suffering, may they never part from the happiness that knows no suffering, may that equanimity, free from attachment and aversion to those near and far. So we'll do our meditation in 3 slots of time. I will lead few minutes before each slot, and you try to stay with that technique. So during the first slots, because mainly it's your securing your posture as the body, which is the most important thing that your sixth sense mental consciousness need to tame the 5 senses, so that the sight, sound, smell, taste, touch are not within our cherished goal here, but simply mindful to tame the sense doors, pause the actual sense doors, but try to calm them so that you can bring your sixth sense mental consciousness simply to keep your attention by consciously doing, positioning the posture, knowing what each of the postures represent, and the checking and correcting and balancing the posture, and then feeling the required qualities cultivated by each of the postures. So with this mindfulness doing, knowing, seeing, and feeling, you scan your posture up and down from the feet all the way to the crown. And the way you do and what you know about and how to do and check the qualities, your mind is completely still and calmly in maintaining this technique. You use a reasonable length of time to go and use this technique and take a mini break after required moments, say about 6 rounds of the scanning the posture, and then take a mini break. Again, repeat the same bout of effort with the increased degree of calmness, without the touch of distraction or boredom or forgetfulness or dullness or laziness. Totally enthusiastic, keep the posture in good, calm, still, peaceful, meditative posture. Let the mind completely be the guard to make all things happen. Maintaining your posture as the base. Now we'll focus our attention to the incoming breath, which you mindfully do the inhalation. Know what to inhale that is positive. See it very clearly and feel the rejuvenating feeling, inspiring feeling as a result. And then follow the permeation of the breath into the lung. Do that. And then know it is permeating, spreading and flooding through the whole body. You can see it in the red blood cells spreading and flooding everywhere. And you feel completely energized. And then as you follow the outgoing breath, as you consciously breathe out, know that you're letting go all the opposites, negativities in one out breath. That's thoughts, feelings, emotions that are negative goes our way. And one, as the carbon leaves the body, you can see it leaving your body and feel completely relieved. In this way, stay with each round and try to do roughly about 6 or so rounds, and then take a mini break. And do not let yourself become dull or distracted or bored or forgetful, but always keep coming to the cognizance of the qualified round breathing that relishably induces calmness and stillness of your mind. Breath becoming increasingly more manifestly and therefore that much more appreciated by each round of breath. It enlivens your mind and body and spirit, thus inducing calmness and stability and clarity. Maintaining your posture and the attention to do the qualified round breathing. This time we try to increase our resolution of the concentration by learning to do forward counting, as many as say 21 or more, doing each round with great clarity and resolution of concentration that really super qualifies your attention. So the super qualified round breathing, at the end of each exhalation, you count that as 1, and then the next 2, all the way up to say 21. Up to 21, take a conscious mini break. And then the second half of this, do the reverse counting, the super qualified round breathing. The first super qualified round breathing counted as 21. Next one, 20. The next one, 19. So that your attention and content of the attention is so clearly the super qualified round breathing, while being able to use the counting regime to enforce and reinforce your clarity and concentration without any sign of dullness or forgetfulness or distraction or boredom. Simply relishing each and every round of the breath that brings your whole attention with the thing that you're doing in meditation.